G'day, I'm Dan, and welcome to the first video I'm making and releasing about me. So this will just be a little introductory video. Hope you like it. I don't really know what to cover. I might just cover a few little points of note. Just share a few little things that I've done, been a part of, and then see how that goes. First thing I want to share is a little method I came up with for helping kids better learn how to tell the time. It's a little teaching method I just sort of came up with on the fly one day when I was working at a primary school. Self-taught in education, read a few books, worked a lot of babysitting where it gets a bit boring. Why not help the kids with their homework? So a lot of practical skills. And I find that most adults can easily help children up to grade 3 level, a lot of worries. The little teaching method I came up with, I was in a grade 4 class and was having a bit of difficulty with some of the kids not clicking on to how to tell the time. So I came up with a little game on the spot where in my pencil case I had some dice. I used a 12-sided dice for the hour. I used a 10-sided dice for the minutes, and I used a 6-sided dice where I drew a 0 over the 6 and used that for the tens of minutes. And I just roll them up. The kids had to quickly transform those values into the time in both analog and digital. And by turning it into a game, I find this really helped those kids. And I just felt a little bit of pride that I came up on the spot with an idea to help those kids learn how to tell the time. The teachers who were attached to those children were like, oh, I'll have to remember that. But if you can use it to help primary school kids where it's needed, why not? Why not use every tool you can? It helps them. And if you help enough kids at school, help them get a better education, it helps make the world a better place. One of the other things I'd like to share is one time I was hanging out with some mates. We're hanging out, having a few, being Aussie blokes, and health issues just sort of came into the conversation. And one of the guys was talking about how people he knows have cracked that dry skin around the ankles. That cracked skin, it's open, it causes pain and discomfort, prevents people from being able to walk easily. And I said, well, why don't they just sandpaper it? And he's like, sandpaper it? Why would they sandpaper it? Where'd you come up with that from? And I replied with, when I used to work in medical stores, we would have to replace these little sandpaper things that the plastic surgeons would use. And he said, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, apparently they sandpaper out parts of the face when they're doing plastic surgery to get rid of wrinkles and help skin come through. You just go to the hardware store, get some 120 grain wood sandpaper, and sandpaper off the dry skin. But be careful not to go too far down. And once you're done with the sandpaper, put on some moisturizer to help the skin that's there. And he was like, why not use metal sandpaper? And I'm like, no, you definitely want to use the wood sandpaper. He told some people about it, and apparently it helped them. So so maybe if you know someone that needs this information, give it to them. It might help them out. All you need is a square of 120 wood grain sandpaper. Get that from any hardware store. And some moisturizer. Just don't use too much. I don't know, those are just a couple of little things I've just sort of discovered through living life, and I hope they help people. I'm still a little bit of a save the world kind of person. And on the subject of the world, when I was growing up, I had a desk. I had this desk I got one Christmas, and it had a map of the world on it. And since growing up, the world's changed. I still have this desk. I've gone to great lengths to keep it. And I like looking at it. Because when I was a kid, I'd look at it and I'd wonder what the world was like. And I look at all the names of the countries, the names of the capitals and the cities that they chose to put on the desk. And I look at that desk and compare it to the map of the world today. And it's completely different. Just how many countries there are, what the names of countries are. Some have grown smaller, some have grown bigger. Mostly they seem to have grown smaller as bigger nations have divided up. The USSR isn't there anymore. But seeing that measure of change, seeing that map of the world when I was a kid, and maybe wonder what's going on in the world, and then seeing the world today, I still wonder what goes on in the world. And to see all that change over the years, it makes me think, what could we be doing to make the world better? What changes could we bring about to make the world a better place? What changes are good? What changes are bad? We sort of need to be aware of them. So, in my videos, it's mostly going to be my opinion. Can be on anything. Growing up as a kid, I watched a lot of Donahue, and he could take on some of the most serious issues and some of the simplest of issues, and even issues that seem small and trivial, and issues that seem critical. Just having a conversation on all those things, big and small, helps to shape the world. And the big things and the small things, it's amazing how sometimes they're interconnected, but sometimes they're not. But they're all important because they're all a part of our lives and they're all a part of our world. So my videos will be about anything and everything. Just share my opinion on things, look at things, sometimes just looking at the news and looking at the media, looking at the conversation, look at what's being said, and maybe not even come to a conclusion, just talk about it. And with that focus on everything big to small, I might do reviews on movies and books, TV shows, video games, who knows? How-to videos, interviews with people, going to an event, doing a bit of filming, just to show how people were for the day, show another slice of life. I don't want to bring anything big or serious into this little video. Just wanted to keep things light. But I'm the type of person that doesn't like dramas. I don't like lies. I don't like games. I don't like surprises. And as such, I'm going to do the same for the viewer. I'm going to keep all that kind of nonsense out of it. No trolling people. I don't want to be trolled or don't want to be a part of trolling. There's just so much going on in the world. There's enough people doing that already. But it'd be nice to have, and that's another point of view out there, done in a serious way. I'd also like to add that I'm very big on human rights. Life experience has shown me that human rights are very important, and we need to work on them. We need to make them a priority. And so there might be a bit of that angle in my work as well. Politically, I'm not left or right. I am a centrist, not a moderate. Moderates seem to hang out between the two most polarized points of view in society and pretend they're in the middle when they're not. I'm an actual centrist. I see value in the left. I see value in the right. But if you go too far with either of them, it just seems to bring about too many rules, too many laws, too much authoritarianism, too much autocracy. And while that might seem safe and secure and the people who are doing it feel validated, it can create a lot of problems for people, including those who believe in those sides of politics. I find the middle way is best. So that influence is probably going to be on my videos a bit as well. If there's any label that could be attached to my centrism, it would be libertarian centrist. People need to have enough freedom to live their lives, enjoy their lives. At the same time, I don't like people who are so libertarian that they think they can do whatever they want to whoever they want taking away the liberties of others. That's using libertarianism to take authority over people's lives, which violates libertarianism. So be careful of those sorts of people. I don't want to go on too. This is supposed to be a short video. Hope you like what I put together. Hopefully the videos I put together as a part of my work, people enjoy. Adds to conversation, adds to progress, adds to human rights. Hope they actually contribute. Hope it's a part of good work. That's what I'm aiming for. I also, somewhere along the line, have some political ambitions. So I guess this is me taking those steps to put my face out there, even though at my current socioeconomic status level, I'm having difficulty with the medical attention I need to fix my teeth the way I want them to be fixed. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Hopefully you got something from it. It's just a little intro video. I'll take on bigger and better subjects as time goes on. I'm expecting to have one of those videos because it's my first one, and this is harder than I thought it would be. All those little chops and changes you see in a lot of videos. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Have a good one.